Hello everyone, Solomon here. Today is September 20th, 19th, September 20th. It is Friday, and I'm just chill walking here on my daily. And I didn't post X amount of time because I was working a double shift, 16 hours. And I've come in contact or read books about doctors working God knows how many hours. And, there's always someone better than you. There's always someone who has more. There's someone who has everything. And they have more time than you. They have, a better family, life. And better cars and all this thing. All these external things that can manifest as demons inside of you. You're envious, you're jealous, your ego, this and that. And every day is a new day. You have to overlook these things. It's not about how much stuff you acquire, it's how much stuff you don't need. People who need and constantly buy things are very insecure about themselves and need to compensate for something else that's missing inside of them, so they have to go externally. Social validation. Constantly. They don't even know, what the hell's wrong with them. They don't even know you're insecure. That's why you have to keep buying things, to show off to people. And that's a dangerous trap you can get into once you go from rags to riches. It's a very dangerous cycle, very toxic complacency. Just falling for a trap, and whatever you want to call it, a demonic force, Satan. He knows you're greedy. He knows you are lustful. Jesus knows these things. Higher spiritual powers know that man is, one, ungrateful, two, and greedy as fuck. And, these things need to be properly addressed to each individual who encounters wealth over their lives, so they don't squander it, so that their children don't become, grow up and become degenerates. They're spoiled, entitled, or just sacks of shit of a human being. And, it would just be very unfortunate that they don't realize or meet or match their potential in reality. It's very tragic, even when you have someone who's talented or gifted, and all it is just wasted potential. And it's really sad, but it happens. So what can I do to better my life? No matter if you're rich, or poor, you have to continuously learn and work hard. That is the fundamental basis, the backbone of any human being. But it also comes with murky territories. The criminals are some of the most progressive people, productive people on the planet. So, even they can take advantage of this, the secret, I don't know what you want to call it, for malevolent intent. So use it with your own discretion. Damn. So I'll be working another 16-hour shift. May I remind you that there's someone, not too far from here, it's the same, white suburban area, and, they got even nicer, bigger houses. Again, the same complex. Someone or something or some area is always going to be richer than you, and people are just seemingly never satisfied and just lustful for all these crazy things, wealth and sex and money or whatever. And you just have to be as you are, without all these inner demons trying to climb the corporate ladder. And this happens to a lot of people, cannot be satisfied. One Prada bag after the other, one Gucci bag after the other. It's just like one Louis Vuitton after the other. You're just never, you're always hungry. It's not like it's necessarily a bad thing, but, to me, I'd rather just be okay and happy than to keep chasing. The dangers of keep chasing is that you can lose it all. At any time, all your investments and can just come crumbling down, or you just find out it's a grift or a scam. And that probably happens a lot, or you could be an elderly person, lived your life, and then you went to the casino and just lost it all. And this happens a lot, more than you think, especially with lottery winners. So I'm only saying this because I encounter people who come across me and they say, what are you doing with the money? What are they doing? They know that somehow I'm generating a lot of money in comparison to themselves, which on paper is a lot of money. But I'm less like, I'm just like you guys. If I were to just pick up another thought and adopted it and say I'm gonna YOLO, it wouldn't amount to much. I believe in stealth wealth. People are greedy. Satan knows this. God knows this. Jesus knows this. People are motherfucking greedy. They stab each other in the back. No matter how hard they try to convince you, they're snake oil salesmen. There are grifters. There are scammers. These people are more abundant or inside of each of us, and they move like pack rats. The rat. It's just like the rats. Exactly. They'll try to convince you. They'll try to romance scam you. They'll try to anything. They'll hide under your car and steal your catalytic converter. They'll say anything. And that is the truth. Sheep in wolf's clothing. And people are trying to argue that they're so righteous and they're so beautiful, and no, they just want money. It's just like your ex-wife or something, and she just wants child support money and alimony and spousal support, and she's spending all the money, child support money on herself and new luxury goods and cars and homes and whatever the fuck, and the child is just getting a hamburger for lunch and case closed. Shit. I don't know, the thing is, people often think money will change them, change their life. Normally this is not the case. Your life doesn't change. Your life is based on your habits. You are a creature of habit. Anyone who says otherwise is lying, or they're some kind of prodigy who's autodidactic, like some kind of polymorph, some kind of guy that lives in some rich millionaire pad, and they sell real estate, and they don't give two fucks about you. So anyways, shit, absolutely shit. Shit. You're probably kicking yourself, why aren't you rich? Why don't you live in a McMansion? Why don't you live in a McMansion like I do? So, yeah, that's the world. 99% of the people are have-nots. 1% of the world are giga chads and, rich people. And how do they get there? Personality, personality. You gotta pick up the phone, dial 1,000, cold calls out a day to random ass people. And you just have to have the grit, the determination, the callousness, the ruthlessness of just talking to just about anyone and trying to sell them something. That's called Wolf of Wall Street. You know, it's the same principle. Just this kind of like psychopathic, sociopathic, you know, marketing machine, basically. Now they have computers and ChatGPT and audio, voice recordings, and scammers and grifters, just cybercrime, and just like what the fuck is going on? What in the actual fuck? I don't know. Just too much ego, too much greed in the world. Maybe you did scam the whole world, and you end up on TV and get the fame, and you turn out to be P. Diddy. And now he's on TV for all this like sex trafficking. Again, he reached the top of the throne, and it's just like now everyone's after him and shit, and it's just all this police and FBI raids and all this kind of shit. It's just like, would you rather be P. Diddy, or would you rather just be an okay average ass person? My answer would be just to be an average ass person. You don't really need all that crazy shit. I mean, it's nice to have celebrity this and that treatment, but it's just never enough. Guess I'll walk back and do some circle jerk. These are the things that I talk about and I think about my time off from work. Who moved my cheese? People become complacent. People become lazy. People become lazy. They don't. Even someone who travels the world may become lazy, and because they've been everywhere, or their baseline of happiness just levels off, and it's just like at that point your whole perspective on life changes. Like, I should give back to society, practice altruism and charity and stuff like that, because you've experienced everything and you kind of know everything, and it's just kind of like, those are very few people. Not too many people are like that, and you just have a bunch of like I don't know, poor people, desperate people, single moms. Again, giving back, and giving back, Shit. But whatever happens, I kind of already know that what the answer is, what God has in store for all of us, is that if you don't learn this now, you're kind of fucked. Or if you didn't learn this, you'll become complacent and fat fire and retire early and all these different plans and strategies. People who retire quickly learn that it's not all what it's cracked up to be. They reach a state of watching YouTube, Netflix, and chill, and they're just doing what I'm doing right now, just opening a vlog, posting on YouTube or Instagram, and just calling it a day, and walking around and drinking coffee. One guy was just walking around drinking coffee. End stage. You can do that. Be my guest. I'm doing that right now. Damn. But I don't know. Do you want to see the truth? Complacency. The comfort zone. I was working at the hospital again. Couldn't help but notice it's like there were a lot of clowns there. You know, people come in, people go. You know, they make funny fart noises. And it's like a circus. Okay? And couldn't help but notice we were like the elephants because they were paying us in peanuts. I made that one up. I thought of the 2 lines, and then I conjured up the last one with the elephant and peanut being paid peanuts analogy. Anyways, I'm pretty sure they pay us okay. The point is, I appreciate appreciate what I get in life. There's no guarantees in life, and there's also no guarantees in life. I mean, anything can happen, for better or worse. Perhaps even the best thing could happen is that you're still alive. Or you just have to see what everyone else is dealing with. Suicidal cases, you know, kids trying to kill themselves and shit. And they're like, I don't want to live in this world anymore. Young people. And it's just like, some people just get trapped in this wealth cycle, and that's all they think about. They don't have any regard for anyone else's quality of life or satisfaction of life, or, you know, people who even want to live in this world. You don't even think about those things. Because you may be that selfish, you may be that greedy, and you may be even be a walking greed machine. And it's just like, why aren't you happy? It's because you don't give back. You're just a greedy, satanic motherfucker, and it's just like, give back your time. Become a teacher, or spend time with the elderly, or something along those lines. Spend time with your own family, your own kids. Giving back. Give back, you know. It's always take, scam, grift. And it's just like, I don't understand. It just goes full circle. There's one generation that makes the money. The second generation just kind of like chills, doesn't want to do anything. And the third generation just spends it all. And there is no endless, just an endless, no end to this amount of assholery going out, because it's just competition. Life is just competition. In regards to my own values, every day is a new day to work hard, to apply those skills and what you learned and to real life. The battleground is always evolving, changing, new customers every day, new things, new businesses, new upkeep. That's just how it is. I mean, damn. If you stay in, just keep doing the same thing every day, I don't know. You may find that you can't get out of your comfort zone. We're just wallowing there. I do vlogging because it's cathartic to me. I don't want to give 2 fucks. I don't have any obligations to post. I don't really even need the money. You can like and subscribe if you want to help me out, though. And it's like a video game. Life is like a video game. Sometimes the video games have like a cap on them, a handicap on them. Do you want to make it extra hard, like Street Fighter? There was like, you can make the game super easy, or you could just keep boosting each of the stars to level 8 stars for the hardest mode. And once you master like the hardest mode, like you become bored. this is what I experienced when I was a kid. You know, we had the Super Nintendo and the damn Street Fighter. That's exactly what happens. You just keep, you know, every how many times, you know, every summer we didn't have much money, so we had a Super Nintendo though. We just keep playing the same damn game, you know, over and over again, and it's just like, how many times can I autistically play this game? And that's all I really wanted to do. And, you know, back then there was a Playboy channel, but it was always fuzzy. You know, they kept those locked, you know. But then when high school came around, they had porno on the internet, and it's just like, da-ding. So, creatures of habit, if all I did was adopt like 2 bad habits, super bad habits, video games and porn, like most guys do, I mean, damn. That's not a good path to be on anyway. Either way, self gratification, instant gratification, you know. And you're just in this hedonistic cycle of watching porn and playing video games. It's just like, damn, is that really what I do? You know, pursuing the hard things. Ego is the enemy. And so, if your mind thinks that you're this virtual god in, you know, Sim City or whatever game you've been playing, you're kind of stuck. You're kind of stuck because you don't want to learn things. Everything's been handed to you. You don't have any resiliency. You don't pursue the hard things, you know. You want to take the hardest classes and for mechanical engineering, for electrical engineering, and, or even to become an electrician. You just want to take the easy ass classes. You know, you just want to get by. That was probably my biggest problem, not being able to see the picture, not being able to, you know, be thrown into the fire and come out of it alive. Just think about it. You know, if you could just stay in algebra, like algebra, high school algebra, or go up to calculus 2, 3, and calculus 4 and whatever, would you do it? And you had this feeling that you were like bad at math, but would you do it? Like, no, a lot of people wouldn't do it because, you know, tuition costs, you know, you're afraid of failing. You know, you spend all this time in this math class that you barely like, but would you do it? That was probably my biggest problem. I didn't want to do it. It's just too costly mentally and, you know, time-wise. And I didn't see I would get anything out of it. Again, poor mentality. I didn't develop myself. I didn't develop my curiosity. You know, I didn't develop my hunger. I just wanted to be served, you know, on a silver platter, thinking that the world owes me, when, you know, I should have just taken these goddamn classes so, you know, maybe other opportunities and avenues could have opened up, or I would have built the resiliency to do other things in life. No, I'm just kind of stuck in my own ways, walking, vlogging, talking about my life. And again, I probably want to talk about this to anyone else except myself, because that's just my perspective. No one else has to go through the same life twice. But yeah, that's what it is. Success or life is found through learning new things, being challenged. One would be to be challenged. You're just thrown into the fire, you know, and you have to be doing these things constantly since the time you wake up in the morning, you know, and you have this like school schedule of challenging, hard classes. That's how it should be. That's how you develop your skills and whatnot. What skills you should develop should, you know, be chosen very selectively and thought out properly, as opposed to just jumping into it. based on your natural like abilities, talents, and desires, passions, and dreams, and goals, and stuff like that. I don't have much talent for singing or dancing, so like it, I could try to, but would I ever be another Michael Jackson? Probably not. If I play basketball all day, would I be in the NBA? Probably not. So a lot of things, it's like being a fireman. You need to know which window to put the ladder, down, to get to the room where the fire is. But a lot of us are just putting the ladder in some random ass place, so you can just tell people, hey, I'm a fireman. Look at me, and you get your bi-weekly paycheck, and the victims die in the fire, and you have absolutely no fucking use or accountability, or you just did things so you can look good, so that you qualify enough to be grandfathered in the system to pick up your fucking bi-weekly paycheck when your impact on reality was fucking zero. It's just, that's what people do in real life, the grifting and the scams and the Bitcoin shit and just the virtual money, and you didn't actually contribute to society. You just artificially inflated the numbers, and the S&P 500 company and the cryptocurrency market and stuff, and you just look good on paper. In reality, people are still suffering, people are still shit lives. You aren't doing much. You didn't create a solution. It's just like a bubble. You created a bubble, but people are still wallowing in their own shit. That have piss poor bad diets, cancer this, cancer that, people are getting sick left and right, and it's just like, did you really contribute much? Why do anything if the cure for cancer is just like, galaxies away, and the billions and millions of dollars that they pour in every year isn't contributing much? You're barely moving the needle, and hitting those marks, and it's just like, damn. But you know what? Progress has to keep going. Time keeps going, and people still try. People still continue to try. What's the motivation behind it? I think Tom Bayou, I guess I saw him on YouTube, goes thoroughly through this. Why even bother if everyone just dies? But damn, that pertains to your values. And yeah, shit. Again, back to the world of complacency and entitlement. Shit. Again, I have to constantly challenge myself, or I find myself feeling entitled, spoiled, egotistical, greedy, selfish. And that's why I go to hospitals. That's, humility. There is someone who needs help out there. There is someone on a respirator. There is someone, who's a single mother who's desperate, and you don't see that every day. I don't, thankfully I live in this area, but people need help, and me being an asshole, a rich asshole, isn't really doing much, not even for myself. And you get characters like this, who are UN workers. They don't need the money. Their fathers are already like Einstein professors and shit, and the kids kind of just wallow around in their own filth, not knowing what to do. But they become missionaries. I don't know, missionaries or something, UN workers throughout the world, and help third world countries and stuff like that. Is that me? Probably not. But anyways, it is what it is. And for me, it's enough for just to, go to work, make as much money as I possibly can, and call it a day. And the money will probably just, keep growing, and it has nothing to do with that. It doesn't have anything to do with that. It's more about the dedication, the hard work, the character, building my character, not being a lazy piece of shit, not being entitled, not being spoiled, You know, being able to get out of my comfort zone. Not living the leisure lifestyle. You know, just being, there's a word for this. Diligent. Practicing due diligence so you don't fall in the trap of complacency. People get lazy, people get fat, people become unmotivated. That could be you, that could be me. And it doesn't feel very nice, but that's what happens in first world country America. I mean, there are people with far less resources and they're far more motivated and hungry, and they work 16 hours, 6-7 days, you know, a weekend, because they want it. The hunger is there. Am I a slave driver? You know, I'm not necessarily, wanting slaves. I just want people, or even myself, to reach their potential, to reach their human potential. Reach your human potential. I don't know. Is it cruel to reach your human potential? Treating people like slaves, treating yourself like a slave. Trying to maximize every hourly billable hour. I mean, is that kind of cruel? That's what you call by reaching your human potential? Food for thought. Whatever it is, don't be complacent. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see you next one. Thank you for watching. Peace out.